I feel like we always pushed each other.
Yeah.
But even though we're competitive, we always want to better each other at the same time. As we got older, both the competitive side went up and both the pushing each other side went up.
Welcome to Thanalysis podcast. Today we have a special guest. Number 29. Drum roll, please. From Athens, Greece. Sepolia City. Alex, the baby, his family. Antetokounmpo. That's the right way to say it, last name, by the way. Man, so happy to have you, bro.
Appreciate you for having me, man.
We're gonna, like we know, we gave a promise backstage that we're gonna try to keep this podcast as much as we can in English. You know, not Greek as we can. So please, let's try. Let's try and do this.
Let's do it.
Okay. First of all, I don't know you. This is my podcast. I do not know you. Who are you? Who are you?
Where do I start? Obviously Alex Antetokounmpo, player of the Wisconsin Herd right now. Younger brother, the youngest Antetokounmpo brother. Yeah.
So that's all you're gonna say. You're not gonna say, man. You're more than this. You know, you're a loving brother. You're more than this. So okay. So talk to me. What have you been on? What have you been doing lately?
Not much, man. Just obviously having the season going on. I've been pretty much focusing on my career so far, but just trying to better myself, you know, and then just trying to keep improving on and off the court.
Okay. I feel that that's valid, as they say in the young age, you know, valid. No, I say, yeah. I speak the lingo. So let's talk. Okay, first of all, let's talk about how do you feel being back in Milwaukee? You haven't been here since you went to school here. So how do you feel?
Feels great, man. Just to be able to, you know, come back and obviously play professional basketball around my family. So it was it honestly feels surreal just to be around you guys, being able to come to some of you guys' games.
It's good to have you.
I know you guys can come to my games, so it feels good, man. It feels great.
Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about your background, which is basically my background, but I don't know you, as I said. So let's talk about like you moving to Milwaukee. I wasn't here when you know this. Like when you moved to Milwaukee, I was still overseas. It was my first year overseas going back.
Yeah. It was moving to Milwaukee is obviously a blessing. It's a big adjustment. Obviously moving from Athens, Greece to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Didn't know much about it. It was a pretty cold city, but we definitely learned to love it.
By the way, you didn't speak no English, as none of us did, and you really don't. You have no accent. I actually have. Like, if I keep talking, you will hear like a little bit of accent in my voice, but you really don't have any.
Yeah.
Do you practice? Did you do anything different?
Man, just like obviously like growing up, going to middle school and high school here. Try to like as much like when I hear people talk, I try to mimic what they say, kind of like just like a kid. I was just a sponge. I heard how everybody else talked, so I kind of try to talk the same way and have the same mannerisms. And obviously, like my accent, like over the years, slowly started to fade away.
Man, you sound like you're from Chicago. Like, you sound like you're from the U.S. You know this, right? If you just said like I'm from Houston, Texas, I was like, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Believe a lot of people do say that.
Dude, I can't. I think my accent is kind of okay. So who do you think has the best accent apart from you in the family?
I think I would say probably you, and then it's Kostas for sure. So yeah, you Kostas, which is ironic because Kostas went to like pretty much he went to high school here, but yeah, I think maybe his like accent is like a little bit thicker than yours. Yeah, so it's more noticeable.
Yeah, and then he's Giannis. He comes last at this, by the way. I'm gonna put this out there. So let me ask you another question then. So, what do you think that is? Because my accent, when I talk to certain people, I change. Like, I could be talking to you, and you're from like New York, oh yeah, I get what you mean, man. Like, I now like understand. And all of a sudden, I talk to somebody European. I'm like, hey, brother, let me tell you something. It's not how you. No. I switch up, know, and I kind of, I don't know if I like people notice this, or it's more of a my thing. Have you ever noticed me doing this?
Yeah, I've definitely noticed it. I mean, over the years, I would say like, I've like kind of like code switch a bit and started to adjust to different people. When I talk to my friends in Greece, it's not the same way I talk to my friends, in America. So I definitely do a little bit of code switch myself.
Yeah, it's. I think it's a language barrier, and it's things that you might say quick, and they don't understand the slang.
Yeah.
Same way with Greek,
Yeah. Same thing.
So okay, let's move on. You come here. You come to Milwaukee. Start playing AAU. Which AAU do you play for?
Man, I played for a good amount of AAU teams growing up.
Which one's the best one? You said like, oh man, I love playing for him.
Best one? The best one as far as like the best team
liked.
or that I like?
That you like?
I would probably say Young Legends. I played for them for Coach Burnside, but
okay.
I played for them my 8th grade year.
I'm gonna teach you how to do this podcast too. When you say Young Legends, you gotta be like, shout outs to Young Legends. Coach, you gotta give him a shout out right after that.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Vince Burnside. Shout out to him. My 8th grade year.
Oh my God, I'm joking, obviously. But okay, so after that, high school. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to high school. I went to Dominican High School, Whitefish Bay, Milwaukee.
Okay.
So
okay. Not bad.
Got a few legends that went to that school.
Cool.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother, Coach Antetokounmpo.
Man, he's a legend. He won how many consecutive states?
He won 4 state championships.
There's not a lot of people who've done that, right?
Yeah.
I think him. I had another guest who said he kind of done the same thing. I think it might be Bobby Portis too. People don't know. People putting work now.
Yeah.
Putting work now.
We also had Diamond Stone.
Okay.
NBA player Diamond Stone. And then we also had MMA genius Anthony Pettis. So
really?
Yeah. So that was pretty
Anthony
good.
Pettis, MMA genius, huh?
Yeah.
I'm as a family too, we ride with him, we ride with guys like, Kamado. Shout out to Kamado Usman. My man, hopefully we get him on the pod too.
Hopefully, man.
Yeah, he's phenomenal, bro. It's unbelievable. Okay, so we keep going. Let's see. So I want you to talk a little bit about, okay, you watch Giannis get drafted, right? You watch Thanasis get drafted. And then you watch Kostas get drafted, right? And man, it's something for us as a family, as a older brother, it's like an out of body experience, right? Then you watch us coming into the league. Everybody has his own journey. Me going first and then going overseas, coming back. Giannis like just putting in so much work to be able to get where he is, and Kostas is like just putting in the work and everything. And then you see Kostas win a championship, and we're all in the table, and we're all talking about, man, you won a championship, unbelievable, and we're all discussing like about, okay, how can we do this too? How can we follow your footsteps? What do you feel? What's your feel as you being the youngest?
Man, I mean, it's hard to put this into words, but I mean, proud of is gonna be an understatement. Obviously, I seen the amount of work you guys put into this craft. You've been more than a decade in playing.
More than a decade, unbelievable. I've been playing more than a decade.
Even playing,
unbelievable.
More than a decade. Shout out to you. Shout out to Giannis. Obviously, on year 10 right now.
Year 10, Giannis too. Oh, unbelievable. How did the decade went through, man? So
it went by quick.
It went by quick.
It's crazy. Obviously, Coach having played for about 3 different NBA teams right now. So it was good to see you guys obviously like get the recognition you guys deserve, because you guys put in a lot of hard work, and just being able to see you guys obviously sacrifice family time, sacrifice your own personal time that you could be doing other stuff, and just put in work. You guys going into the bubble, all 3 of you guys.
Oof, oh my God. I remember that day. I was like, we're doing this now, huh? We're doing because we were all having a legit opportunity to win a championship. like we it was insane. That year was amazing. We were killing everybody, in like was like winning every game, you know, and us being going to the bubble and staying away from like saying the family, and we're gonna now decide to compete for a championship. All of a sudden, doing it in the summer, you know. What do you think?
It was crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. It was just seeing it from the outside, like outside looking in. It was crazy. I tried to like stay in contact with you guys and see how you guys were doing over there. I was playing in Spain at the time, so I wasn't able to get in there with you guys. But I was proud for you guys. It was something new. It was something nobody expected. Nobody was used to. So it was new for everybody. So I feel like you guys did a great job. You know what I'm saying? Adapting to it.
Yeah. First of all, that you say Spain, that you brought it up, man. Watching highlights playing Spain, you know, just you just had a different like kind of game than all of us, you know, like. And I think at this point, like just being, and we're so motivated. That's the crazy part. Like you being more motivated than all of us. I mean, just being the baby of the family. We could just call you baby, but you're a big dude, bro. But how do you think that you going to Europe and coming back just help your game? And how did you decide to go there?
Obviously,
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, obviously, for the people out there, if you didn't know, I chose to forego college and I went and played a year in Spain professionally. And the way that decision came about was basically kind of as it always comes about. I'm the youngest, so I sat you guys down. You guys obviously have been through all this ups and downs and all this stuff.
A little bit the East Side scoop of how we like have our meetings.
Yeah, they set you guys down. I told you guys what I had in mind. You guys stuck with me and told me that if this is what I think is best, that I should go for it. I should go for it 100%. So obviously after that, I decided to do it. It was I feel as if it was kind of hard, you know. You guys dropped me off at the airport and stuff. Being the youngest, seeing me kind of go.
It was tough.
It was kind of hard.
That's tough for mom.
Yeah.
Like for mom, it was tough because she's used to me traveling. You know, Giannis traveling. I gotta go play. Oh my God! I remember when I went to Spain too. He was like, "Oh, he's going to Spain. What is he gonna do?" And we're all in the U.S. And I was like, "Yeah, I'll come back." You know. And then this thing, but I think now she loved it because you grew up. I think we felt that you had to do this because we wanted you to experience something different, like from the whole, from our journey. Like, okay, I'm gonna go through college, and I'm gonna get drafted, and just you going back home, just becoming a professional player is very important because everybody, journey is different. So we wanted this for you, basically, like honestly. But okay, so we get there. Then let's talk about, people want to know about us. Like, are we competitive as brothers, as a family?
I definitely think we're pretty competitive.
I want you, I really want your perspective. I'm older, we're older. So I want your perspective. What do you see?
I think it goes both ways. I think the older we got, the more competitive we got, but also the more we've I don't think there's ever been like some type of like thing between us. I feel like we always pushed each other.
Yes.
But even though we're competitive, we always want to better each other at the same time. So I think as we got older, but like both the competitive side went up and both the pushing each other side went up. So
I think you couldn't have said it better. Through me having you guys as my brother, that's how I learned, about like about competitiveness or jealousy, because I have never been jealous in my life, never. And the reason I say this is because think about this. I've never had that instinct. It's always been like, oh my God, I just saw my brother do this and I'm so happy for him because I know I'm next up. I'm next. I saw you do it, so I'm like, yes, if he can do it, I can do this. So I'm next. So sometimes people don't understand the power of manifesting things, even not for a championship. Do you understand how like insane that is. You know, and I mean, we'll talk about that another time. But this is one of the things I like. I would love for you guys to like just, embrace. Like, man, just be happy for the next person, man, because you're next. If you keep working, if you keep doing your job, you keep working, you're next. So you speak that into the universe. Okay, so let's go national team. For the first time ever in the summer, we go to training camp, and it's 4 brothers in the same team.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. National team was crazy. Obviously, you and Giannis being obviously like veterans and as far as the national team, and me and Coach coming in. Coach coming in for his second time, third time, and me coming in for my first time. Never have ever played national team before, other than the men's national team. So
that's true.
So I think it was a crazy experience. And it was just like, I think it was one of the moments that is gonna definitely stick with us for the rest of our lives, for sure.
Definitely, I think, and to add to that, shout out to the guys that do it in the summer, man. We put in work, even though we didn't get what we wanted to get. I promise you that we started something that that's gonna be there for years. We started something nice, So I'm blessed, and I'm glad to be able to call you guys my teammates. Like the photo we have in the national team, I have that like framed, right? And I think I gave mom one too. And I said, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. There you go, my accent again. It's unbelievable because I get to experience this playing national team, or like everything I've experienced through basketball. I've always had one of my brothers inside of like on my side, at the side of me. So I like it's insane. It's something like I'm blessed. We're blessed, man.
It's crazy just to see the different perspectives. Obviously, like we have like a big difference, not a big difference, but we have a difference in age. So you've obviously played with Giannis before on the same team, and you've obviously been in the same team, like as far as national team with Kostas. I had never played with any of y'all on the same team.
Yeah, no, never. So it was the first time.
So playing with you.
It might happen. Yeah. Speak it to its existence.
For sure.
Keep working. We keep working. I keep working. Giannis keep working. Kostas keep working. It might happen. So.
Definitely. But it's definitely one of our first, and it's definitely something that's gonna stick.
Sure. I wish that it was. I wish that it was here. Watch us play. He would be so proud of us. Okay, do you think that motivated you more?
Definitely. I mean, it's times like any professional athlete knows this. There's gonna be times that you're gonna wake up, like, even though we like do this for a living, and people know this, but you don't wake up every day like, oh man, I can't wait to go to practice. No, nobody does that. Everybody loves the game, but nobody.
We do love the game. It's hard.
It's hard to get up every day and do it, and just getting up every day, pulling in, parking your car, walking into the locker room, seeing you guys. I'm like, all right, man, let's go.
Yeah, I think people don't think it's hard because we've made it easy. We've made it look easy, and that you just get up all day, you lift weights, take care of your body. It's your lifestyle and everything. But we really love the game of basketball. Do you think your game has changed at all throughout the years? You're still really young, by the way. But.
Yeah, definitely. I think my game has changed a lot, even 2 years ago. Being able to like kind of like find my space and find what I'm able to do. Obviously, stretch the floor, shoot the ball from the outside. And then be a threat from the perimeter. I feel like I've developed that over the years, and I got a long way to go. But I think I'm definitely off to a good start.
He's that. So just keep on working hard. People don't know this, but you have another talent. What's your other talent?
Oh man, my other talent. I definitely I have a good hobby of music. So
okay, so it's not just my older brother. We have some music talents in the family in general.
Yeah, a little bit, man.
So what kind of music? Rap?
Yeah, I like all types of music, but I think as far as like the music I make, I make rap. Yeah. So,
Okay. Do you?
pop.
I mean, obviously we can't play nothing on the show now, but would you ever want to like? Is it just for you or is for the public? Would you ever want to have it for the public to hear?
So I don't know. I don't. I never thought about that. You know, I always seen myself like I see myself more as like like a guy that could assist. You know, like a big time artist to write some songs. Or
Oh, so you like to write?
Songwriting and stuff like that. I always see myself as that, but most of the 99% of the artists were either producers or did something else before they even started rapping or didn't want to start a rap.
That's true.
And they ended up being big, so you never know what could happen. But it's a definitely great hobby.
I think us being your brothers too, it's kind of been, like in basketball because we always followed the old school way. We always had the not the European mentality, but the mentality of like you play basketball, right? You put in your work, you build a career, you do. And then and then you build your brand. It's never been, I kind of feel like the younger generation has kind of started training to the opposite.
Yeah.
Just first is the brand, and then it's basketball. What do you think about that?
Man, I just
You
feel as
think
if
that's true?
definitely 1,000%. But I would say like just the world like social media has grown so much that it's times that your brand is your career. And
You think so?
Definitely. It's people out there, man. It's people out there that make a living off of just their brand and who they are and what they're able to give to the public.
I agree.
So I feel like those two are have, although they were pretty separated in the past, I feel like they've come together and they're closer and they're more alike than people would think.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I think too that just me even feeling comfortable doing this like podcast and feeling like, okay, I want to spread like positivity out there and I want to like put a smile on people's face when they go to work or whenever they do. It took me, I've been playing basketball over a decade for me to feel comfortable and say, okay, I've put in my work, I've put in my, I've you know what I'm saying, my family's okay, everybody's okay. Now I'm playing basketball and at the same time, I want to like be positive. So a lot of people, there's a lot of voice out there nowadays that they don't spread positivity. They don't, they just try to like divide us right now. And I want to do the total opposite,
Yeah, and I also feel like it's not gonna be a better time to get your voice heard and spread positivity than when you're currently playing, because that's when you're gonna be the most hurt.
True.
And unfortunately, true. in our space, I wish we could play forever, but we can't. So it's great to be able to build our brand and spread positivity and show love while we're playing, while we're active.
Okay, I feel that. This is the part that I would like for you to say like an embarrassing story, but you can if you feel comfortable, you go for it. If you don't, I'm not that. This is not that type of podcast, my brother.
Oh,
I'm to you,
man. An embarrassing story?
Not embarrassing story, just a funny story.
Funny story.
It doesn't have to be embarrassing, obviously. It's like how many people, like plus mom and dad, probably 10 people watching us. So it's not, trust me, or listening to us. So it's gonna be okay.
Man, I would say definitely like first moving here.
Okay.
And just being
when you first moved?
Yeah, when we first moved here, obviously landing in Chicago, coming out, being in like maybe like a thin hoodie, and then we see Giannis that we haven't seen in months. He looks about 2 inches taller. I hadn't seen Giannis in about maybe 10 months, so he looks like 2 inches taller.
Yeah, he grew
about 10, 15 pounds bigger. So I'm looking at him. He has his coat, you know what I'm saying? He has like 2-3 layers on. He got his, and it's like, hey man, it's cold. And we walk out in the snow. We're like, oh man, what's going on? And he picks us up in the limousine, and just like having that cultural shock, taking the taxi to the airport and in Greece, waiting there, and then going to landing in America, getting picked up in a limousine.
I can only imagine, man. I can only imagine. And the other thing is, like, we talk about Greece, right? Greece is like 6 months summer, to say.
Yeah.
So you, I kind of understand what you mean exactly.
Yeah, and just.
But so you're 12 years old, and you get picked up in a limousine with Giannis, dad, mom, everybody, right?
Kostas.
That's why you guys are acting like this, man. Y'all had the life, man. Yeah, we had to go through the.
Man, I remember just thinking. We went to I believe we went to like a clothing store, local clothing store. We went stopped, and I remember like people trying to talk to us. We were just looking at them like, we don't understand you. But yeah, I want that, man. I need something to keep me warm.
Okay.
And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm talking to Kostas, I'm tapping, I'm like, we looking outside. Mind you, we're shocked. And this is Milwaukee, and we're shocked. So I'm just like, man, this is America. And I felt that's the moment I fell in love with America.
Yeah. I think people don't understand. For people who are not from here, like the opportunity to come in another country, do something great for your family, it goes a long ways. But it's not just that. I remember people used to tell me like, Milwaukee, what? Milwaukee? Why? And this and that. I'm like, I used to tell people, I love Milwaukee.
I know.
And people would be like, what? Why? I said, it doesn't make any difference to me, guys. I'm not from here. I love Milwaukee. I love, like, obviously, it's cold.
Yeah.
It's cold.
There's no denying that, but.
There's not denying that. But it's grown so much, bro. It's grown so much. And ever since we won the championship, I think it was a similar story. I don't know if I told you this, but I was talking with Bobby, and he was saying, like, after the championship, he didn't pay anyway. Bro, after the championship, for a year almost, probably even more, I never paid anywhere. I went to eat. I went to anything I went to. People was like, hey, man, we love you. We love your family. And, like, nah, you're not going to pay and everything. And the reason is not because the reason I feel grateful is not because, I didn't pay or stuff like that. It's not because of that. It's because they really acknowledge the hard work you put in. This is not easy to do, and people like support you every day. And I see your comments, and people really always like texting you and everything, and on social media and everything, saying like, man, Alex, keep going, man. You're gonna do this and Thanasis, and don't listen to nobody. Like that's inspiring. That's motivating,
It's unbelievable what obviously you guys' championship did to the city, to the city. Obviously, I moved here when I was 12, so in a way, I kind of feel like I'm from here. So,
yes.
So I was not only proud because of you guys and you were able to get a championship. I was proud because the city got one. I feel as if it was the one day you could walk, you could go anywhere. You could go to the store, you could go to the mall, you could go anywhere, and everybody was happy, man. Everybody. It's just like the energy about the city just shifted.
They
definitely needed this.
100%. So okay, so this is we go to the section that you got to pick one or the other.
Okay, let's do it.
So you got to pick ice cream or frozen yogurt.
Oh, I'm going ice cream.
Why?
It's just better, man. I think it's more consistent.
It's more consistent.
It's more consistent.
So what is it? I'm sorry, my English is not the best, so don't butcher me in the comments. But how do you say? Elaborate. Is that
elaborate?
Okay, yeah.
Elaborate.
I'm on it. So,
man, it's ice cream. If you go with vanilla ice cream, you know what you're getting. It's hard to mess with vanilla ice cream, in my opinion. You go to a frozen yogurt spot, you might never know what's in your cup. You might never know what they're giving you. So
okay, that's okay. I'll take that. That's enough reason. Okay. Next one. Saturdays or Sundays?
Saturdays.
Why?
I mean, it's self-explanatory. It's Saturday. It's the best day of the week. No brainer. Like, it's just past Friday, so you just finished off school.
Okay.
You don't have school the next day for all the young people that go to school out there.
Okay.
And everything's open. Everything's open at like all the stuff. You could go do whatever you want to do. You could go do any fun stuff that you like to do, like your hobbies. You could go bowling. You could go do everything's open on Saturday. Sunday, everything's open on Sunday.
Okay, that's a nice perspective.
You get to go to church the next day, so That's good.
That's
It's a good-
perspective. I like that, man. I
Hey,
like that, man. Okay. So we go to this. Another section we have coming up is the interesting facts. I do this all the time. I like read books. I told you this, and I keep seeing interesting facts. So did you know? So what do? Okay, no. I started off like this. What do you want to learn about?
What do I want to learn about?
A turtle, or a zebra or tiger? Like zebras and tigers, kind of similar. What would you like to learn about?
I'll go with the turtle.
Okay. So there's a species of a turtle that actually breathe through its butt.
They breathe.
That's the face I made when I heard
They
that
breathe
too.
through their
When I said
behind. That's crazy.
his butt. So and it's like, I don't know if it's called the white throated, something white throated, and it's in Australia, by the way. It's in
Australia.
Yeah, and it have like a nickname. I think it's called like the bum breathing turtle. It is.
Man, I never thought about that.
I don't know, but since it's my podcast and I do whatever I want to do, I'll tell you the other one too. So did you know that zebras and tigers have like unique stripes, like unique patterns of like in their body? Everything is like, it's like a human fingerprint.
Wow. So every like all of them aren't the same.
It's never the same.
That's insane.
Keep that. Remember, you are unique. Don't try to be like anybody else. Do your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to you. I'm not even talking to them. I'm talking to you.
Oh yeah, man.
Do your own
Definitely.
You're the biggest family, and we're doing your
That's
thing.
a great quote.
You know?
Do you know what's the one thing? What's the one thing you guarantee that you're gonna be the best at in the world?
In the world?
The one thing that you could guarantee 100% that you're gonna be the best at. That
The
nobody's ever gonna beat you.
I think first of all, my work drive, the way I work, and the accomplishment I achieve, either in basketball, either basketball or business, or outside the other ventures I have, because I'm on it, I really am. And even in basketball, like, you know, everybody has their own opinion about like what you could have done, but bro, with the tools I've been given, like, and what I've done, it's incredible. Because I put in work. I put the work in. People, I remember, you know, and it's not the time, but at some point in this podcast, we'll talk about like how I got drafted and everything. But it's insane. Even the way I got drafted, sending my own tapes. People don't know. It's like, it wasn't like, you know, Giannis got drafted, and when Giannis they came to a small gym. Alex, you remember this? They came to a small gym and watched us play.
I was there.
We would play, and it would be like all this. I don't want to say names now. Is it considered, if I say names, is it considered tapping now?
Yeah, no names,
okay.
no names.
So no names. It was a lot of GMs, a lot
Around
of
the
executives watching a team that plays Division II, watching the skinny kids just play, you know, and then Giannis gets drafted. And when Giannis got drafted, was the best. Would you consider it was one of the best days of our life?
1,000%.
1,000%, right? Just us saying, like, man, like, just be able to look up to him and say, like, okay, let's follow his footsteps, right?
It was definitely the best day of my life so far. You know, because I'm obviously younger. I'm the youngest, so I didn't get to witness any of you guys being born or anything like that. So, so for me, it's definitely
no,
but out of those moments, definitely.
Yeah, one of them, not the best, but one of them.
It was definitely one of them.
But think about this, right? And then I go in the next like 6 months, just because how I got drafted, because the executive said that, hey, if you'd have put your same name as your brother, we would have drafted you early second round. I said, what? He said, yeah, we thought you was in the draft. They were looking for my name, and I wasn't in the draft because I didn't know. People know this, but we was just. Yeah, it was just, if you guys watch our movie, like, it was more like just we were all on this, for Giannis. And then, and you're younger, I don't know if you remember, and then I was like, okay, Giannis get drafted. And that summer when Giannis got drafted, he's in the U.S. And I told him, I was like, I'm come find you in the U.S. He was like, yeah, how can we do this? And I was like, don't worry about it, I got you. Just keep working. Stay in Milwaukee, keep working. And I remember I talked to my agent, people, and I was like, I want to send some tapes. It's like, Thanasis, I don't know. How does that work? How does that work? I don't think you can send some tapes to the NBA. I was like, okay, I want to go to the G League then. And I send my tapes. I go to the G League. I send my tapes. And I go back to my former team. No, we're Division 2. We're still Division 2, by the way. Giannis gets drafted. We're still in Division 2, second division. And we're playing, and, I put my name in the draft. And, everybody was like, I don't want to say names, but people were like, why? Why would you put your name in? Why would you be in the draft? What's his name? Giannis is going to be back in 1 year. He's not ready for the NBA. Why would you want to go to the NBA? He's going to be back here. Like, don't put your name in the draft and all these things. And I said, no, I'm doing it my way. To get the story now, I'm doing it my way. And I put the tapes in. I ended up getting drafted the first round of the G League draft.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Get drafted the first round of the G League draft to the 76ers affiliated team. So, you know the time difference, right? Mm-hmm. So around 2:00, I get a phone call from my agent. He goes like, Thanasis, you just got picked. You going to the States. Unbelievable. They want you right away. I'm like, what? I'm going to the G League? And I'll tell my coach everything. Like, but why? Like, you got a good thing coming here. We can go to Division 1 next year. Like, you got a thing. You can have a great European career. I said, I know. But my brother's alone out there. And I told him, I'm coming. I'm coming find you. And after all this happened, I ended up going to Delaware, Delaware 87ers back then. And then, I was like off tapes. I sent my tapes in. I put out my tapes. And and then that same year, I ended up being the first guy. You know how you guys have like, I think they have like the G League Ignite, that they have players who get drafted?
Mm-hmm.
Me, and you can look this up. It's a fact. Me and another guy, I think his name is PJ Hurston, from North Carolina. Shout out to North Carolina, by the way. PJ were the first players to ever get drafted in the NBA from the G League.
That's insane.
Ever. And now and then they started this.
Yeah, obviously they have the G League night
and these things. So I get drafted to New York, and when people went crazy back home, you remember this? They were like, Giannis, Thanasis with the Knicks. It was insane back home. Like, whoa, this guy literally put in the work by himself and put in tapes, and he ended up getting drafted with the Knicks. And this like, and it goes on. And there's another story about how I got drafted by the Knicks. It was my first workout. Went there. It was like, it was. I remember it was. You know how you do NBA workouts and you go there and it's like all threes, like all 3-mans, all small forwards.
Yeah.
They do like a 6-man. So it was.
They split up the positions.
But it wasn't like how now it is. Like now you just do 30 minutes, 40 minutes of workout and you're good to go. They tell you right now if they're gonna draft you. It was 2 hours. It used to be 2-3 hours. He used to like exhaust you and then give you the ball and say like, go now go. So it used to be. And then I went to New York, which was my first draft workout. And after that workout, I called him. I said, man, I'm going to New York. He was like, why? I said, you should have saw me. I went for every steal. I dove like 20 times on the floor. I got every rebound. I dunked the ball like 5 times. I was going through everybody, physically, mentally, everything. This guy was trying to get open for like 3 minutes straight. 3 minutes straight trying to get wide open. Couldn't get wide open. On a 1-on-1 drill. And, Phil Jackson was there, which is, another story. But he was there. And you know what he told me? That's why I knew I was going to get drafted by New York. He said, you look like 2 of the players I've ever had. You look like Trevor Ariza and Dennis Rodman that I had. And I was like, oh, I'm going to New York. I was like, I'm going to New York. And he was like, I don't know. They have late first round, whatever. And that's how I ended up in New York. And the rest is for another time, so I don't want to bore you. But it's true. It's not. Don't let nobody tell you it's one way or the another. Put in the work.
For sure.
Everybody sees now. Everybody sees like, oh, okay, they won a championship or now what you're doing now. They don't know the journey. The journey is not easy, unless you say something, and then they understand like, oh man, that's why he's like this. That's why they're like this because it's part of us now. Yeah, So I literally made this podcast about me. Unbelievable. No, just for you because we kind of I just feel like instead of having this conversation at home, we get to
Yeah,
have this
we
conversation
get to
now.
have this conversation in front of them, and they get to see the different perspectives. 'Cause
Yeah.
if this was
Put in
if
the
this
work.
if this was a year, they wouldn't know. So
Put in the work, Okay. We'd love for you to leave everybody with a motivational quote. Please. If you have one. If you don't have one, is what motivates you every day?
what motivates me every day?
Yeah.
Oh man, just being able to just wake up and know that I'm not like 100% who I want to be. I wake up, I know that I look in the mirror, I'm like, that's not who I think is gonna be. I think I'm gonna be when it's all said and done. So that could be basketball, as far as being a brother, as far as being a teammate, as far as being, I just want to keep being the best human being that I could be. Keep achieving great things. That could be helping other people out. It doesn't have to be basketball. It doesn't have to be me going out there scoring 20 or whatever, or me going out there winning a G League championship. It doesn't have to be that. But what I'm saying is that every day I want to grow in some type of aspect of life. So that definitely keeps me motivated, knowing that I'm not quite there yet. So and that there's people out there that's like, obviously you're my family and my teammates, and there's people out there that's counting on me to be that person.
Listen, I say this. I'll say this in front of the camera. The only thing I want from you is to get better every day and go into your potential. That's all. I don't want nothing else. I don't want something specific. I don't want you to always feel and time feel like, oh, they need me to do something specific, or you gotta do something certain. Like, no, I just want you to get better every day. I see you every day. Like, it's insane. Like, I see you every day working out at our house. Like, I see you every day working out. Trying different routines, trying different foods, or to see what's going to be your routine for the next 10 years, your career.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me happy because I'm like, this guy is doing what we're doing now. We're trying to implement it to you in a really, really young age. So I'm blessed and I'm very proud of you. I just want to put this out there.
Yeah, I just want to keep growing. I feel like I've been growing in every aspect of my life. I was in high school. I'm like, hey, Thanasis called you up and said, man, I'm going to Spain. What you got for me? What type of advice you got for me? Then now I'm obviously in the G League, man. You played in the G League. What you got for me? So when I'm hopefully a decade in, I want to call you like, hey man, I'm a decade in. Like, what you got for me?
It's nothing, man. Just enjoy the ride. And remember, nobody is gonna tell you who you are. You keep doing you, and people will love you for it. I promise you, people will love you for being you. First of all, just shout out to moms. You did a great job with these kids, man.
Yeah,
really,
shout
with
out
the
to
young
her.
one too. A little bit spoiled, but you did try to do the best.
Definitely, man. Shout out to mom.
All right. This is the end for our episode today. I'm so glad to have one of the guys, which I don't know, get to know him again for the first time. But anything else you want to add?
Nah, man, it was great. Thank you for having me. It was good to get to know you better.
Okay, so Thanalysis podcast. If you guys want to watch the video, you can watch it. YouTube at Antetokounbros TV. If you want to see clips, a little bit clips on Instagram, you can go on our socials. Thanasis _Ante43, Alex _Ante29.
29.
And then if you guys want to listen to it in audio, whenever you guys feel like it, just wherever you get your podcast from. So we'll be there. Thank you guys.